The weather outside is frightful. I won't be able to get out for a few days. The weather is horrible. So I've persuaded and I've come to the highlights of 2011. I found 2,229 coins this year. But here's a few of the highlights. There's a bit of this, whoa, I really like this. And then there's a bit of this. There is a weather vane. Ha ha ha. Complete with cockerel and everything. I think I'll stop at that. That is £1.50. Now, I've been doing the pasture fields around my home on about a 2-mile radius. And getting back any distance in time is pretty hard. But here's a few of the buckles I've found. Mostly 18th, 19th century. Horse decorations, brasses. Rosettes, won at a fair when they were made out of metal and not paper. Little gold buckle, wow. This one come off up the Dales. It's about George II. I found it with a 1750 penny. Nice little buckles. Best one to my mind, or the one that stands out, this is a spur buckle, about 1750. Not doing bad. Bronze. Hey, look at this. It's a pastry cutter. Goodness knows how old this is. It's solid brass or bronze pastry cutter. You've got to be looking 18th century on that. It's way back. And look at this. I mean, these are the highlights of my year. I've had a fabulous year. I've been out every day. Didn't come for nothing. Huge key. Virtually perfect condition, look. A little bit bent on there, but I'm not straightening it. Probably a farmhouse key, funny enough. Or a church key. Hey, I got a monitor badge. And then I got a head boy badge, and I thought nothing of it. And somebody says, hey, they're pretty rare, are them? Monitors are common. But, little highlights of the year. This one, I love this one. Are you ready to die? We had a lot of evangelists around our way, the hell and damnation. Used to give these out. No, I'm not ready to die. I haven't found my hoard yet. Working through the fields pretty near to a village. Here we go. 19th century scarf clips. Nice. Yeah, I like these. Really, really, really nice. Goodness knows what the stone is. It could... I don't know. I'm supposed to be a gemologist, but I don't know what that is. No, this one got me foxed. I thought it was a buckle, but no, it's a picture frame for a little miniature. Probably goes this way up. But hey, unusual. Now this took a bit of figuring out. It's part of a crotal bell. A bell that went round the neck of a cow or something, or a horse, probably a horse. And as it went along the roads, it was going jangle, 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 and warning people to get out of the way. There's something else, 19th, 18th, 19th century. It's a bull ring out of a bull's nose. It's been squashed, but and it hinges, look, goes through and then screws in with a little screw. There's the screw, look. Interesting. Now, you see these things? They're clog clips. Clogs weren't all wooden up my neck of the woods. They had leather uppers. Wooden soles, leather uppers. And these clips, that's a hasp with the holes in. And this is a clasp which fits in there. And that's what fastened the leather bits together. All sorts and sizes. That one's pretty much shows you. That goes into the material and that one clicks into the hasp. Look at that tiny, tiny, tiny one. Got this off Barrett's building site when they'd cleared all the topsoil off, and I was having a ball with tiny little things and buttons. Here's one I liked. I've had about a dozen of these now. They're mill tags from the local mills. Victorian, of course, and before. We're a big manufacturing place. But this was their signing on card. They put the ticket in, they knew they were at work and they knew where they were, and they got paid. Spindle whorls, got quite a few. These were sort of the cleanest. These I thought were buttons for a long time, then somebody put me right and says no, they go down the bottom of curtains, hanging curtains, to weigh them down so they don't blow around in the breeze, in the drafts. Same with this, not a button. It surprised me, that. Well, let's get on to the army bits while we're here. Now that could well be 18th century. It's a cape clasp, a lion's head. But the police took it over, so I don't know whether that's off a policeman's uniform. Of course, the one on the other end's missing. Or military officers' capes. Nice though, eh? Look at that. When it was new, look, belting. Army badges. Scottish, for some reason. Invaded by the Scots down our way during the war. I tend to think of World War II, but they could well be World War One. They were around long enough. Here's a very nice one. And West Riding Division there. And Royal Engineers. Father-in-law were in them in North Africa. He said he spent his time digging out wells and then filling them in and poisoning them again as they went back and forth. A candle snuffer for snuffing out candles. This is the cover of a little book, probably a Bible. That's just one side of it, and then the book would be there, tiny little miniature book, and another one on the other side. Interesting stuff. Oh, this. Found a few keys, didn't know what this was, and then somebody says, hey, it's for a barrel keg. They put the ale in the field, and then this is what will open the tap on the barrel. So, valuable item. And this came complete. This pushed into the barrel. There was the tap. And seemingly that little bit on the end there, you hit that with a hammer and pushed it tight into the hole. A bit on the small side, maybe a bit stingy with the beer. Look, it's all Victorian and before, you know, back to Georgian times round where I live. With the army bit, here, bullet. Actually, this one came from off a firing range up in the Dales. It's a Martini Henry. It's a dum-dum bullet that they used in the Zulu War. Because they wouldn't stop. They got hit with a bullet, they kept coming, so they needed something that would actually put them down. They've been banned since then, but at the time they were needed. These aren't bullets. I've been told that they are used for pulling through smoothbore muskets, like pistols. This would be pistol bore, for cleaning them out. Seemingly rare, but I've got about 8 of these. I just got this the other day. It's a take and put and take. You spin it around from the early Victorian times. You spun it. If it landed on on put one, you put one cigarette in the pile or something, and gambling. It was very popular. It had put one in, put 2 in, take 1 out, take 2 out, take all of them out, or put all in, whatever was in, you had to match it. Here we go, trench art. I really like this. 1919, just after the war, and that's a bullet, 303. And they used to make these in the trenches or just after the war. Little paper letter opener. What do we do next? Jewellery. I'm not in a jewellery finding place, but sterling silver with thingies on. 9-carat gold ring. I nearly died when I found out what gold's worth these days. Very nice buckle, silver. Little heart ring here, and one with little facets sort of thing. I've got others, but my family's acquired them. Ooh, I like them, Dad. Boom. Vivienne Westwood. These are Vivienne Westwood's designs. Brooch there, but this is actually an ear pin. It goes through the ear, does this one? But I was looking through, I thought, my goodness, they have Vivienne Westwood. I thought she was into really weird stuff, but she does jewellery as well. Nice little silver chain there I found. I found a few silver chains in my time, but this one is nice. It graduates from very fine right through. Nice chain, I like that. Rings. This is the most interesting. It came in this very, very wafer thin leather pouch, look. And it's medieval. A very tiny bronze ring, which was probably carried around in a man's shirt pocket, or for some reason. Love token rings. Should we go on to the money? I found a lot of money there. It's mutilated. Look at that farthing, it's been got at. This was hit by a bullet. It's been used as target practice. Look at that. They used to put them on a branch of a tree and fire at them. Wallop. Another thing they did was up with a mate of mine up the Dales on one of his hunts actually, and I found 4 of these all in one piece together. 1750 George II. There was one of these on either end, but in the middle there was coins like this. They were smoothed off and they'd got letters done on them. Seemingly they were workers, and this is Iberia. This is Irish penny, of course. They came over for the harvest, the hay harvest, and he lost his wages. Silver, I've got stacks of silver, but these are interesting because round my way there's an awful lot of Georgian coinage and Victorian, which is really horrible because the soil my way is rough. So when I love a bit of silver because usually they're in good enough condition right through to George. Look, George IV to say what they are. This one I got up the Dales. Never expected it. I was on a sort of a camping site and it just come up. Edward first, hammered silver. Last thing in the world I expected. As with this one, I'm doing the fields round here and this comes up and I think, oh, William. And I thought, hang on, it's William II. And it's Dutch. 1849. Last thing you'd expect. However, I found a few Dutch coins, copper ones, round this neck of the woods. In the silver, the shilling types, they all seem to be fairly worn. William III and George III, but worn. This was in the playing field. Seemingly somebody's brought this back from during the war. 1940. Silver, and some dad's give it to his lad who's taken it out into the playing field and lost it. Got this quite recently, really pleased. I should be working up this neck of the woods, but it's raining and I can't get out. Gothic florin. Long time since I've had one of them. And of course you can't beat half crowns. I've had a few of these. Got 2 in one day, but they're nice. This, how's about this? Now and then you get them that are really, really nice. 1939 which is my birthday penny. Oh, love it. Now this one, I'll show you this one. Did Kilnsey Crag 35 years ago. It was covered with coins, absolutely covered, thousands. And they were all immaculate because it was on limestone. So I went back to have a look this year, and I actually found 3 coins. So I put this one in to show you the condition which they were in when they come off that crag. I should never have sold what I had. Just didn't appreciate how good they were. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? And they were all like that, right back to George First. Brilliant. And not forgetting a spoon, which I turned over, looked at the back and went, ooh-wee, 1783, sterling silver mark, and a George III tax paid on it. Oh ho ho ho. Yep, that one really excited me. So, end of the road. How's about this? Again, quite unexpected. Believed to be a talk about 5th century Romano-British or possibly Anglo-Saxon. But you know, you're just working on somewhere and don't realise people have been there 1500 years before you. So there you go, that's all you're getting off me for my wind-up of goodies for the year. I've probably got more, but goodness knows how long this video is already. So I'm going to wish you a really prosperous 2012. Get out there, go and find a hoard, and I'm hot on your heels. Best of luck, fellas. Bye. And of course, I suppose one of the most enjoyable hunts was finding the toy motor car graveyard. 43 toy cars out of one field. Whoa! Happy hunting.